Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading will be Numerology 157 248 369, or you can, if you're not into numerology, you can just pick whatever image you are drawn to, sacred geometry image that you are drawn to, or you can just pick 1, 2, and 3, however you want to do it. So this is for those of us that are having a difficult time at the moment and we are kind of seeking our purpose and why we're here. You know, why are we here? What's going on? If you're having a tough time right now, this reading is for you. So we're going to begin with taking 3 deep breaths and calling in our higher self to give us the answers that we are seeking at this current moment. And sometimes when we are going through hard times, we are clouded by the chaos around us. So we want to clear the air, so to speak. So we're going to do a little spray. Clear the air around us, and we're going to pick a card. Okay? So let's begin. We're going to start with number 1. And this card just happened to be randomly stuck in one of my other decks that I was shuffling, so free yourself. I'm going to show this to every one of these, and if you are guided to pick more than one card, feel free. Here we go. If you picked 1, 5, and 7, we've got abundance. Glamour, intrigue, drama. Mermaid and the turtle. Chameleon. Let's do a smaller one right there. Rhythm. Okay, and I want you to, this is a DNA trigger for your subconscious mind. You may not see anything in the image now, but your subconscious mind is picking up the images and patterns. So we just want to, if you can pause it if you want to, really absorb that, meditate on that for about 5 minutes, or you could skip that part. It's all up to you. Okay, now we're talking about life purpose, and if you're a 157, you are the mental number, and I'm not talking about mental crazy. Well, yeah, it could possibly be that too, but I'm talking about the mind numbers. You know, they're in their head a lot, and I think it's called cerebral numbers. So they're very competitive numbers because they're always in their head, analyzing things and how things could be done differently or better, or, you know. So, abundance. Let's start with that. Everything we need in our lives is here on earth and has been created for us in abundance. Most of us are afraid to accept this. Fear, prejudice, and lack of confidence keeps us from seeing and experiencing this. The energy of abundance helps you recognize that you already have everything you need to fulfill your dreams and live your life with passion, no matter how ambitious you are. And a lot of people have dreams and they seem very far out of reach. And that's because they're afraid of asking and reaching out for help. And I know the 1, 5s, and 7s, they don't like to ask for help. It's not that they don't play well with others, it's that they just think that they can do it on their own. You know, and asking for help is a sort of a weakness. And it's asking you to change those patterns. You know, the chameleon is all about change. Adapt, you know. Take off this mask that you wear, this tough guy mask, and, you know, it's time to change, and it's time to get in rhythm with yourself. 12. Because you're here to lead the way. You're here to inspire others, to love others, to forgive others. I have a feeling that you have a hard time forgiving others or forgiving yourself for things that you have done. It's like you hold grudges that don't need to be held. And you have to be open to help, because there's an elder that will teach you. And I'm not talking about elder as an age, because it could also be age, but it could be just somebody who's more spiritually in tune. A spiritual elder who, you know, their soul is much more experienced. And it's asking you to detoxify. I know 5s have a tendency towards addiction and overindulging in things. So it's asking you, you know, and sometimes a lot of the 1, 5s, and 7s have addictions issues because they are in their head, and when they're around people, they think too much. So they drink to suppress that. And it's saying, no more. It's time to detox, purify. Because that Kundalini energy needs to move up, and the addictions create blockages in certain aspects. So it's time to let that go. So let me just read and balance. You know, you got 2 balance cards here. So, and this is 33. So yes, it is talking about mastering your communication with others. I have a feeling that you have a hard time communicating with others. Either you're too overly excited about things, or you're too in your head overthinking things, or you're tactless in your communication. Okay, so rhythm is all about change. Yeah. Change, flow, creativity, integration, sacred trinity. And integration is all about integrating all parts of yourselves and, you know, just being you, instead of putting on all these masks for different people. You don't need to put on all these masks. So, drawing the number 3 suggests that there is something you desire to change or integrate into the natural flow of your life. Become the 3rd point of light, created from the integration of polarity. Feel the pulse of sacred trinity within you, revealing a new creation. Allow it to integrate that which has seemingly been lost, separated, or obscured from your sight. If you have a tendency to be scattered in your creativity, make an extra effort to focus your energy, align with your intention, to express the truth. Now is the time for great mystery to reveal itself through you. Know yourself as the capstone of light. Allow your creativity to express your spiritual journey. And I have a feeling that, yes, truth is an aspect. 7 is the truth seeker. So, you know, you really have to communicate truth in all you do. You know, I know the 5 is a great storyteller. They're very exaggerative in their stories. And it's like, we don't need to exaggerate the story unless you're actually writing a script or a movie or a book. Sure. But when you're telling a true story to somebody, there's no need to exaggerate. The story is good enough, it's saying. The story is good enough. There's no need to embellish the story. Okay, and I'm going to pick a song as well. Here we go. Sorry, I didn't reset the whole thing. Let me close it out. Okay. Here we go. New Light, John Mayer. So, it's about changing who you are, you know? Not giving yourself enough credit about how awesome you are. Wanting to be like other people. Okay, so we're going to read. I'm looking at this, so I'm already seeing number 5 is freedom. So speaking your truth, forgiving others, balance is going to lead to your freedom. You know, there's a lot of drama surrounding your life right now, and it's like, we don't need that anymore. And usually I read the whole description, but I think it would just be too long a reading for me to read it. Let me just give a quick glance. It says, there is gossip and intrigue around a person you admire and wish to be like in some way. This person has a need of a true friend and not the need of an admirer. This card can come up when you experience jealousy and envy of those you feel are undeservingly more successful and beloved than you are. The message is to focus on your own hard work and to create your own style. If you are the subject of such gossip, know you cannot control what is said about you. Live your life and move through with grace. When Marie Masquerade comes up, there are some people around who want to befriend another, but simply for the influence. It is not coming from the heart. And despite her beauty and success, anyone in Marie's position needs true friends. Look inside and see if you have attempted to network instead of befriend. Know the difference. Do not keep false friends, fair weather friends. Be true to your own vision as opposed to what is currently fashionable and considered desirable, creating rather than following. So I'm seeing a lot of you are befriending people for the wrong reasons. You know, they have something that you want. I just actually posted something about that the other day. It's popped up in a few readings about people keeping your friends close and your enemies closer. Let's throw that out the window. We don't want to work that way anymore. That is not of truth. That is a false reality. That is false friendships. That is starting things on a lie already. It is a complete lie. You want to befriend people for the right reasons, because you value them, because you want to be a give and take and not just a take. So, Chameleon, awakening. Your intuitive senses are heightened at this time, and you have the ability to hear and feel more than others. This awakening gives you access to other realms and allows you to see the world from 4 distinct viewpoints: Great Spirit above, Mother Earth below, your soul within, and the universe that surrounds you. If you find yourself not understanding a decision, person, or situation, call on Chameleon to bring you clarity. Today, you can renew your spirit and be open to an expanded perspective by turning your heart toward the sun and listening to the whispers within. You are of the rainbow energy that is teaching new generations to live in a higher vibration. This awakened energy presents a positive influence on the world. Yes, so don't forget that. If you were wondering what your purpose is, it's to lead people by honesty, by embodying all these great things, teaching them how to forgive, teaching them how to be purified, teaching them balance. Okay. Now we're moving on to 10, and there's the 1. And that to me is leadership, letting God lead the way. Let God, and if you are an atheist, whatever you believe in, yourself, lead the way. You have the answers within you. If you believe yourself to be God, you have the answers within you. If you look around, or you're looking outside of yourself for God, then look to that. Look to whatever that higher source is, because they have the answers for you if you don't have the answers. So those recurring patterns in your life, throw them overboard. Whoever said those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it was full of it. You can only repeat patterns when you continue to stare at them. You get hypnotized and then act them out. Take one last look back, if you must, and then say sayonara for good. Yes. Okay, so over your shoulder means you have your spirit guides guiding you. It also means they're asking you to stop repeating the same patterns. Stop making the same mistakes. Stop going back to things that no longer serve you. You have elders, your spirit guides. They are all there to guide you and teach you. And, we know the turtle it's slow moving. Yes, it takes time. It takes patience. And you're working on that patience. It's like you want everything now. I want my third eye open now. I want my crown now. I want to have telepathy now. It's like, no. It is a process. It requires a lot of patience. A lot of it. It does not just, it requires a lot of patience. And 25, once again, that's 7. That's truth. It requires you being truthful in all your actions. And, in order to grow, we must experience transitions and changes. To be fully alive, we must die again and again, all in this lifetime. While we have many rituals for birthdays and religious holidays, we often yearn for the depth of the rituals of the old days, during which part of us would die and another part of us would spring to life. and we would be reborn and renewed. Transitions into adulthood and changing your home or vocation were honored, marked, and witnessed in unique ways that gave us permission to own our power in the next stage of our wonderful, meaningful lives. You are now about to celebrate life's greatest shifts in more meaningful ways. No more just being a follower. You become an initiator because you have listened to the wise words of the oldest creature on the planet, the one who carries Gaia on her back. If you have listened well, your every action will be an offering back to Earth, a ritual, and you will nourish and help heal her. You are about to enter into a relationship with the cycles of the planet, cycles and rhythms, and you will be asked to observe these respectfully, thanks to the teaching of an elder. A mentor, elder, or other wise one will instruct you at this time, but she may come in the form of a younger person. Listen, choose this person well. Your mentor must be a good teacher. Indigenous, ancestral practices of your bloodline and spirit line are being reclaimed. Yes, we got to forgive our past. I know a lot of people, I just want to give an example. So like the Nike shoe burning thing, right? It's filled with so much anger because one person decided to protest peacefully in whatever manner. Who cares if you don't like the way he protested? And they're so angry. There's no reason to be. And we hold on to this anger because of our ancestral lineage. Our ancestral lineage was angry because it's not who we are. We are of love and forgiveness. So we are purging this ancestral baggage that no longer serves us. We are not our ancestors. We are us. We are transitioning into this new earth as new people, as ourselves. So, okay. Balance. Balance means bringing a sense of stability and wholeness into every area of your life. Many times when you look at a situation objectively, you will resonate with one side more than the other. Try not to view either as good or bad, but simply recognize that it is. The true nature of the scales of balance is to give both sides of the situation your equitable, objective perspective. It can be difficult to understand the side that you don't relate to, but that is a lesson in itself. What is it about you that prevents you from giving both sides of the coin your non-judgmental assessment? This situation or person has been placed in your path to teach you that everyone has his or her own unique, authentic life story, and you must put yourself in that person's shoes to really understand their motivation. Balance is a godly virtue, and if it is struck, you will reap the benefits of insight and compassion. Exactly. We must put ourselves in the other person's shoes. You know, I understand that you're angry, but just have a neutral perspective. You know, what is right? Who is to say what is right? And there is a truth, there is truth, and there is right or wrong, right? So truth is always the answer. So it just came to me and I lost it. This whole thing about judging. So you're judging another's journey. So they are, like I have mentioned before, they are the kindergarten souls, the people that see something wrong in a peaceful, positive action, right? They're not wrong. They're just not able to see what you're able to see yet, right? And then there might be somebody who's seeing it differently than you that's more evolved. So they are just at a position. It's not that they're never going to get there. It might take them lifetimes to get there. So when you see it that way, that you are the, the high school senior of life and they are the kindergartners, you will learn to see their perspective differently. And you'll say, oh, I get it. They just don't understand that. That's just not the way it's done here. And it'll take away that feeling of wanting to leave planet Earth. It'll take that feeling away. Because I get that feeling sometimes where I'm like, I cannot believe that I live on this earth. It's absolutely insane. But you will understand that perspective. Not everybody is where you are, and you are not where everybody is. You know, it's about honoring everybody's individual journey. It's everybody's individual video game. Let them play it how they want to. If they want to fail the level and quit the game, let them do what they want to do. It's their life. Coventina is all about, when I see Coventina, that is purification, not only purification, peace, having your cup spilleth over because you were just so full finally, you know? And this is the Kundalini energy moving up. And it's almost like it's just stuck right here, right below the heart. So it's asking you to open your heart and forgive. That energy wants to move through. It wants to reach up here. It wants to, but it's stuck. So let's open our hearts. Let's forgive. Let's have compassion. Let's balance. Let's be neutral in a sense of not judging another's journey. Let's be our authentic self. Because abundance, we have all that we need. There's no need to be overly greedy and always worrying about where the money's going to come from. Let's let that go. We don't live in that world anymore. Just worrying about it's not going to make it better. It's just going to make more of the same. You know, God's got your back. He's over your shoulder looking over you. Whoever's over your shoulder looking over you, they're like yelling right now. Like, God, just listen. Just listen. Quiet your mind and listen. The answers will come. So it's time to cleanse and detoxify your body and mind. So it says, this message comes as help and not as an affront or a criticism. Your vessel has been clogged by overuse of harsh chemicals, and the offending source is within your psyche. You have been ignoring your body's main signals and screams for relief from the steady ingestion of impurities. Perhaps you've also noticed a slump in your energy level, and your degree of joy has lagged as well. Never mind these past effects, though, as the solution is at hand right now. That you've heard this message, do not hesitate for even a moment to make new arrangements. You want to keep a sharp focus on the contents of your mind and speech as well, for the words you think and speak are the very diet that support or thwarts you. Choose purity, and I promise you a changed outlook for the better. It's asking you to eat more organic foods, slow down on your abuse of alcohol and drugs and processed foods and sugars and, And, oh shoot, did I do the song? I think I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, it was New Light, right? So, let me look this up real quick. See me in a new light. See others in a new light. Right? You want to break through. Everybody, your higher self, everybody, they want to see the real you. I want to know the real you. I want to see you in a new light. I want to know the real things about you. And take a ride up to Malibu. Always water. It purifies. Drink lots of water. Yeah. Okay, and the final one is forgiveness. And we have the two, right there, the two birds. 3 little birds, like Bob Marley. 3 little birds sing at my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. So it's saying the situation will be healed and improved through your willingness to release old stored anger. You may not even be consciously aware that you've been holding on to resentment. Your anger may show up in subtle ways such as high blood pressure, addictions, insomnia, or moodiness. Forgiveness isn't just the same as saying the action of isn't the same as saying that the actions of the others were justified or acceptable. Instead, forgiveness is a statement of self-empowerment. You choose to detoxify yourself of all stored anger and other negative energies. After all, when you hang on to anger, it only hurts you and not the other person. To heal this situation, be aware that meditation and introspection are important practices that can help you. See that your anger is merely a transient feeling, like a dark cloud floating across the sky. Recognize that the source comes from a past life and let it go. And past life does also mean past history. I say life 7 years ago was my past life because I don't resonate with it at all. I'm a completely different person, I've transformed. Free yourself from negative and harmful emotions. So, this is the message for you guys. And it's freedom, free yourself. what came up in the beginning. And this is 14 equals 5, and that is freedom. Here's the 5. Oh, wait. Wrong calculation. I forgot to calculate this one. So 5, 7, 8. 18, 9. Okay, guys, well, this is your reading. I hope this helps you, guide you on your path, and let you know what you're here. You guys are here to lead. You guys are here to create something new. You guys are here to invent, you know, create, invent, evolve. Speak your truth, change. That's what you guys are here for. Have fun, play. Yeah. And that Kundalini energy is coming through. You know, I see a lot of you guys having this awakening right now, so be very vigilant and allow the energy to come through and go. It's like waves. It comes in waves. You'll get extreme highs and extreme lows. You know, you got to learn to ride the wave, though. That's all I can, the main advice I could give you is learn to ride the waves, the ebb and the flow. Learn to ride it. Learn to surf the waves of life. Okay, thank you so much. And we're moving on to number 2, 4, and 8. So, here's your card. Forgiveness. Oh, interesting. The last one got forgiveness as well. Realm shift. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay. And like I said in the beginning of the other video, I found this card as I was shuffling, and everybody gets this card today. It's free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And I think a lot of us are feeling this right now, like we're feeling trapped in this cage, and we know we can easily jump over, but we've been conditioned to believe that we need to stay in this cage. We don't have to. Okay, 2, 4, and 8. You guys are the business-minded numbers, always looking for a way to work or make money, or, you know, money's on your mind a lot. Creating businesses is on your mind a lot. So we're going to start with your sacred geometry. I suggest pausing this on both sides for 5 minutes each. Not right now. You can do it anytime later, but this will help you with forgiveness. It's the subconscious, and your DNA will, your subconscious mind will read that as a clear message. Okay? Forgiveness. So a lot of you guys are working on forgiveness. A lot of you guys think you're the victim. That's what I'm hearing here. A lot of you guys are the ones that need to do forgiving. I feel like a lot of you guys have a whole lot of forgiving to do, and you just are too afraid of what people think to actually ask for the forgiveness. But it is time. Okay, so I'm going to do the song. Let's see what the song for this reading is. Blame by Calvin Harris. Okay? So there we go. You are blaming others for everything. You know, it's time to take control. And it's like you have a hard time living with people. There's a lot of two. So here's two here, and you know, forgiveness is what's going to set you free. So let's get to let's do forgiveness. The energy of forgiveness helps you find the strength to forgive yourself for whatever judgments you impose upon yourself. Forgive yourself because you always act based on the knowledge you have at a certain moment in time. You can do no wrong. Forgiveness shows that there is nothing to forgive. Yes. So when we hold on to these grudges, even with ourselves and to other people, we stop moving forward because you can't move forward. So forgiveness is all you have to do to move forward. Let me look up these lyrics. So it's talking about a lot of insomnia. So a lot of you guys are hurting. A lot of you guys have a little bit of insomnia going on. It's like being manipulated. You felt manipulated. Or you manipulated. So it can be either or. Either you're doing the manipulating or you're being manipulated. And it's about apologizing for that. Apologizing. You've got to do a whole lot of apologizing. You know, because you're healing from heartache. So I have a feeling you guys were the ones that were brokenhearted. So realm shift. Let me see what realm shift says. Quantum leap, expanded reality, web of possibilities, assemblage points, the unknown. Loosen your moorings, journeyer, make room for miracles and expanded realities. In receiving this lens, you're being asked to take a quantum leap beyond the confines of your own reality. You and this reality are entering a total shift of realms. Because of humanity's mass agreement about how reality is, you may have constructed your reality based on fixed beliefs and such things as restriction, denial, limitation, and judgment. However, when humanity reaches a critical threshold of change in its belief systems, reality shifts to reflect that change. Set aside how your reality appears. See the universe as an inseparable whole, one hologram made up of a vast web of interwoven possibilities. You can infect and draw from the energetic field now. You can create the reality you choose. So receiving this lens asks you to loosen your assemblage points and allow them to remain loose. So your belief systems. Loosen it up. If we're stuck on one thing, that's what we're going to get. So we have to expand our consciousness. You know, I was talking to a friend about this, prophecies. You know, if we strongly believe that prophecy, that's the reality we're creating. So it goes beyond prophecies. It goes beyond any of that stuff. If you really, that limits you when you believe in prophecies. It limits you because now you're stuck in that. And you're missing out on a whole vast universe of possibilities when we stay stuck on prophecies. So like, you know, Bible prophecies and all this stuff. Let's come back to the love. This rapture and fire and holy hell and all that stuff, let's let that go. Let's just come back to the love. So, okay, realm shift. Realm shift is happening right now. The new earth is coming through. It's allowing it to come through, you know. And you have really good intuition. So, allow it to guide you. And humpback whales, look at, there's 2 whales here. This is like, you guys are provided for. You guys have all you need. And you need to be grateful for all you have. You know, you have this awesome vision, this awesome intuition that I'm seeing here. So, 16 is truth, so it's about being truthful. You know, where have you been lying? Where have you not been honest? Where have you been telling fibs? Because as we create our reality, if you are lying, you are getting lied to. So it's projection. We project. When we're on a lower vibration, we project. Because we did this, so somebody else might do this. So we got to let that go. So 16 is, family as well. Being truthful about your family and your situations, and creating a new beginning with them. It takes forgiveness. Forgive your family. I'm seeing that. Be grateful for them. They have taught you valuable lessons. That just came through really strongly as soon as I connected the dots. So, family. A lot of family issues here. Not feeling that you got the respect, not being able to live with them, this communal living. It's like you need to learn how to live together and not get so angry about things. So, humpback whale is past life. Selecting humpback whale today is an indication that spending time near the undulating waves of the ocean can open enlightening vistas for you. The sound of whales' ancient song assists you in recognizing new possibilities that reflect your gifts of the past. Whales sing the most complex songs of the sea, and some say the song of the whale connects heaven and earth. Whale calls on you to use magical properties of water and your distinct voice to find your inner calling in today's world. Whale song offers you echoes of enchantment spoken through your ancestors from past lives long ago. Today, your ancestors bring you an answered prayer. So if you have been praying about something, it's coming. It is coming. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for what you have now. And I saw this last time. It reminded me of the movie The Ring. The eye, the all-seeing eye. I have a feeling a lot of you are, so you're very intuitive and your third eye is awakening. And you're feeling and seeing things. And it's about letting go of the paranoia because, that's part of the aspect of the third eye when it's overactive. We start getting paranoid that everybody's out to get us and we can't apologize. Everybody hurt our feelings. Everybody hurt me. Everybody hurt me. Everybody hurt me. And it's not. Sometimes it's just you. It really is. And I know that's hard to hear. But sometimes it's you. Sometimes you are the problem. And it's about looking into the mirror and seeing the things that you can change. Okay. Humpback whale. I love humpback whale. I highly suggest if you can find, I have one of the other Reiki channels that I follow is Planet Nietzsche. I think she might have changed it to Energy and Light now. I have to look it up, but I'll put it in the description box. She has a great whale video that the sounds of the ocean, and it's kind of startling at first, and scary at first, but it's the vibration. It's very healing. So I highly suggest a whale meditation video to help you heal. This is the healing card right here. Healing the, heartbreak, mending your broken heart, mending the trauma, the pain, the PTSD, all the things that you've seen in your life. It's all for a reason. Don't ever think it wasn't. When you have heartache, it is important to treat yourself well. Take time away from the flurry of shoulds you are so often confronted with. Why not take some time to snuggle on the couch with a favorite old movie and have a sniffle? Have a long, comforting bath, and be sure to make a promise to yourself to let close people who are worthy of your love. It's not about being bitter or guarded, but you are a sensitive and tender, sweet being. And some people are just not. So now is not the time for harshness. Soft blankets, sweet dreams, long baths, and a reduction of the harsh energy around you are best. Then the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy can fly in to soothe you. You will feel her presence, and she will lift the pain until all that is left is sweet, gentle wisdom. And what I like about this is that it's asking you to go in the water, to have a bath, a salt bath. And these two cards say that exact same thing. So I highly recommend a salt bath. And I don't know why this card reminds me. It's talking about watching your old favorite TV shows. I used to love this show called True Blood on HBO. And it was one of my pleasures. I loved it. Every week I'd look forward to it. It was a time, I used to have True Blood parties, and it was fun. It was like a fun time in my life. And I had been in a slump these past few days. I just lost my dog. Had to put my dog to sleep. So I was just in a slump, and I turned on the TV today and they were having a marathon, and I was reminded of the times that I used to have these joyful moments, and it was like fun to watch a few episodes. And so that's what it's asking. It's like, take yourself out of the current dramas and the current pains and the current struggles, and just take a moment to connect with something that you love. So take a moment, because by healing this broken heart, you will be reborn. Grief closes grief, anger, unforgiveness, grudges. It closes the heart chakra. So we want to open that up. We want to let that energy through so we can get these messages that we receive with clarity. Clarity here. So, so 5 is all about freedom, and forgiveness will set you free. It is one of the keys that sets you free. So I highly suggest forgiving. And, you know, once you have been awoken, you cannot go back to sleep, you know, and it's shocking at first, the things that you're going to see. This birth is shocking. It's like, oh, whoa, where am I? What's going on? So is rebirth here in the new earth, and it's scary. So there'll be a lot of the same characters in your life during this rebirth process, this awakening. They'll be slightly different, but a lot of new characters will come in. So a lot of old ones will fall away and new ones will come in. And it's about making room for those new ones. So don't be afraid. It's time to evolve. It's time to change. It's time to forgive. It's time to quit holding grudges. You know, it's time to stop being so sensitive about everybody and what opinions think of you and what does everybody think of you. Let that go. The only way to live this free and amazing life is to not care what people think of you. So communal living is asking, you know, for you to, let's see, be grateful. If you're living in a communal living with other people, be grateful that you have that aspect, you know, because there's many people that are unsupported. And there's some people of you that feel like you're struggling because you want to live in that communal living and you can't because you haven't found the right people. And it's asking you to step out of your comfort zone and find that, if that's what makes you happy. No man or woman is an island. You know, we do need help. So it's asking you to, like, ask for help. Find your tribe. Communal living. Because your supply is infinite. All you got to do is forgive, move forward. You know, find your soul tribe, and you guys will move mountains together. So Sedna, I love Sedna. Anytime I go to the beach, I like to call on Sedna to help the water creatures. If you are anywhere near water, you always call on Sedna to help heal the waters, because water is very important. It is life. It gives us life. This is an abundant universe filled with more than enough for everyone. Yet the energy format of this planet is about polarities. In this instance, it's about giving and receiving. The key is to balance the two. If you only give, you'll feel drained, resentful, and experience lack. If you only receive, you won't enjoy what you have. Balance comes from fearlessly giving as you're guided, and then receiving with joy and gratitude. It's exactly like breathing. Both of the inhale and the exhale are identically important. Practice giving and receiving daily, and you'll never want for anything. And it's asking you not to worry about the future, because you're taken care of. So that is that. Okay, moving on to gratitude. This soulful card is telling you that it's time to stop, close your eyes, and become mindful of the incredible gift the universe has bestowed upon you in offering valuable and unique lessons, tailored especially for you, for your soul. This is an important reminder to express your appreciation for what has been, what will be, and most important, who you are. It is time to acknowledge to the universe how thankful you are for being provided these opportunities for insight and understanding. It is also time for your soul to share recognition of all those loved ones in your life, upon the earth or in spirit, who have helped form who you are now. You may even find it helpful to begin to write a list of all the things you are grateful for in your life. When you put forth the contemplation and the energy to do this, it awakens thoughts that acknowledge your connection to all that is. By bringing yourself into a state of gratitude, it not only has a transforming effect on your energy in the sacred space surrounding you, but also brings about an overall sense of health and well-being. Yes, gratitude, forgiveness, it'll set you free. Free yourself from all these things, these like sensitivities to everything. Like, free yourself. It's time. X-ray vision. Ignore everything in your life that suggests there's a problem. It's time to look past the illusionary veil of petty struggles. As soon as you take your attention off all that appears wrong, you will begin to notice all sorts of right signs and clues. The universe is throwing buckets of clear guidance your way. See beyond the surface and the superficial. Soak in the deeper meaning. Soak in the refreshing water of truth. Water, 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 water. Are you not drinking enough water? Be around water. Drink water. Give it gratitude. You know, the purpose of the 2 is they're the mediators. They're the peace lovers, you know. The 4 is they're the teachers, you know. They build foundations for the future. They're logical. They help us see from a different perspective. And 8 is the power number. It brings in the abundance, and it gets out there and creates. It's the entrepreneur. It creates jobs for everybody else. So get together with your soul family and create. Co-create. It's time to co-create. It's time to teach each other stuff. It's time to be open to opinions and ideas and quit being so sensitive to criticism. Quit being so sensitive to getting your feelings hurt. Stop, you know, if you go online and you read comments and you get worked up, quit doing that. You don't have to do that. Everybody is on their own soul journey. Like I said in the previous one, I said, when we get so frustrated about what others are doing, we're not focusing on us anymore. So focus on you. And let's see, 7. 23. That's 5. It's freedom. 5 again. So the truth will set you free, guys. Gratitude will set you free. Forgiveness will set you free. It's time to forgive all that no longer serves you. And it's time to realize that you are supplied infinitely. Mend that broken heart. Start healing. Take a salt bath. Release, get that stagnant energy off of you and start fresh. Okay. There's no one to blame but ourselves. So, forgiving somebody doesn't mean what they did is okay. Forgiving just means it's no longer affecting you anymore. And you take back your power. Okay, so moving on to number 3. 3, 6, and 9. Okay, the card for today, for 3, 6, 9, is communication. So I suggest pausing this and pausing this, 5 minutes each. Well, you don't have to do it now. You can do it whenever you have time. And this is a subconscious DNA trigger that'll unlock codons in your DNA. It'll amplify the communication. Get that zeal chakra flow moving through your zeal chakra. Okay. Taylor. That's what I see when I see that card. Taylor. Artemis. So funny. All the cards got 5. Freedom. Like, you guys are almost... Oh, look at that. It's so awesome. Free falling. All right. Okay. Communication. Having a time communicating with people. Okay. Here we go. So, let's call in on our higher self here to bring some messages that we need here. And peace. A lot of you guys just want peace. And just communicate peacefully. So the song for today is Stay High by Tableau. Stay high. Okay, now, communication. The energy of communication makes you aware that you are able to communicate with your body, thus understanding its signals and solving its discomforts. This energy brings your body and your spirit in deeper contact with each other. Okay, but it's also, to me, communicating with spirit, communicating with the other side, communicating with your higher self, communicating with, seeing things beyond, communicating telepathically. And I'm seeing a spouse communicating. I don't know if you're having communication problems with your spouse or what's going on with a spouse, but I'm seeing a spouse. But I'm actually seeing a happy spouse, and I'm not sure if that's longing for that happiness, longing for that kiss, that connection, longing for that. If you have lost that spark, or if you have lost somebody, longing for that. And I'm seeing a spouse coming in for a lot of you. And they're both under an umbrella. And I love this veil. It's beautiful. Okay. Owl, 33. And anytime I see Ben, this is 1111. So 33, 1111. And we got 40 and 50. So this is a great reading for all the 369s out there. Let me get to, I'm going to start off with top low, stay high, huh? Let's see. In some cases, lovers reunite across centuries and share undying bond of true love. This was usually referred to as soulmate. So drawing this card can signify that there is a person in your life, or somebody that you're inquiring about, is in fact that individual. We all have soulmates. Sometimes we recognize them before they do. And sometimes they don't even recognize us because their consciousness level, their intuition level, they are not upon that awakening. They won't recognize us. So if you have met somebody that you swear you knew them in a past life and they just have no clue who you are and you resonate deeply with them, they're just not there yet. They don't understand how important you were in their past life, in your past life. Okay, so 33, I love the owl. Stay high all the time to keep you off my mind. Shaman lives with his heart in two places. One lives within, and the other invisibly extends through the crown of his head, resting high above his auric field. This dual heart energy connects you, an owl, to your spirit world and ancestors of light. Shaman's heart blesses you today in accepting that you are your greatest healer. When owl comes calling, it is time to tap into and trust your innate wisdom. Listen to the sound of a drum, rhythmically in tune with the beat of your own heart. Release the ego, mind, and become one with your true self. All of your answers live within you. Today is the day to embrace a nature walk. Let loose with the tribal dance, or perhaps seek out a fellow healer to share in light work together. And I don't know why I'm guided to say that it's on page 31. But 33 is the master communicator number. So communication, this is what you're here for. If you're wondering what your purpose are, it is to communicate. It is to communicate peace. It is to communicate the things that are in your imagination creatively. You are the master communicator. You've got God on your back. There's 2 zeros there. That's always the God number. And 32 is freedom. Communicating love, things that you're passionate about. And Ben, that's 1111. That's the master number of manifestation and intuition. So if you've been wondering what and it's about communicating truth as well. You really have to communicate it truthfully. And look at what you're communicating. Is it coming from a place of love? Is it coming from a place of ego? Where is it coming from? I want to make sure it's coming from a place of peace and love. Okay. And it's something telling me you're working too hard on something. So I don't know if this is physically, you're working too hard on a project, working too hard emotionally to get through to people, working too hard exercise-wise. Something about working too hard. Work, could be even work. You're working too hard. It's like trying to build this firm foundation. So you're working too hard and not enjoying the reaping. And it's like, don't fall. It's like when we work too hard, all we do is we're going to end up crashing. So let's like balance. So, Angel of Time, 40. We all know 40 is about building foundations for the future. Teaching, 0 is God. So building a foundation based on spirituality and God. Building a foundation based on the communication that you have with the spirit world. Not all the answers can be found online. The answers that you really seek are found within you. And your journey. Don't jump on another's journey. Jump on your journey. What excites you? What are you passionate about? So, time for a break from mechanical and technical work is needed. Please take breaks from electronic devices like computers, cell phones, and even iPads, clocks, and watches. It's time to simply rest in nature's embrace. Swim in the ocean, float in a lake, walk in a forest, meditate in a cave. Camping, hiking, and gardening would be the most benefit at this time. It's time to unwind the tightly coiled springs and detach from the mechanics of the deadlines and immerse yourself in nature's time and truth. The angel of time tells you to do this now. And it's on page 143. So I love you. It's telling you. It's time to stop for a minute. And yeah, so like really enjoy the experience without having to post about it online or having to take a picture of it. I recently was on a trip where I really wanted to take pictures, but I was guided to not take pictures and to really absorb what we were seeing. But you got to listen to the guidance that is given to you. That is what you need to do. Because God's got your back, and the messages are for you for a reason. And it's about letting go of technology for a minute. You know, even me making this video, I hadn't posted a video in a few days because I was just, I had to put my dog to sleep, so I was kind of just like, had this like massive headache since then. And I just know it's the zeal chakra, because I'm not communicating, I'm not talking, I was kind of like a hermit. And the energy builds up at the base of my neck when I don't communicate. So I had to communicate. And when I'm holding things in, not speaking my truth to people, when I'm like trying to sugarcoat things to not hurt their feelings, I get that headache block up. So I'm doing this reading not just for me, but for you guys. And not just for you guys, but for me. Give and take, take and give. By helping you, I help me. And communicating is going to set you free. That's why you're here. You're here for freedom. You're here to reach that freedom, to get off of this karmic loop and cycle. And the way you remove this karmic cycle, these karmic cycles, is you just don't believe in karma anymore. That's how. It's as simple as that. Because the belief system is so strong. And you have so many people telling you that it exists. And it's about stepping outside of the box and no longer believing in things that are limiting your growth. Yes, I believe in karma in the sense of the word of experiencing things you need to experience, but I don't see them as something negative. So it's about transmuting the meaning of it. It's no longer negative. It is now, takes on a whole new meaning. So let's give new meaning to things, to negative things. Let's give a positive spin to something that's negative. Use your imagination. Okay. So, and like the card said, you know, both of these cards, Artemis in the forest, and this talked about a forest too, it's talking about going into nature. Letting go of the social media, all this stuff, and taking some time out in nature and focusing on you, connecting with the divine masculine and the divine feminine within you. So Artemis of the forest, 32, which is also 5. It's time for you to go back to the basics for a time, to test yourself against nature's demands, to go without the luxuries and support you believe you need to survive. So that includes technology, your phone, your camera. And it says, you're about to discover that you can take care of yourself and yet remain as true as the hound, as gentle and alert as the deer, and as wild and free as Artemis herself. You must take up the silver arrows and silver bows of the huntress, keep them clean and sharp, waste nothing, and watch to know what to do next. Your senses, wiles, and knowledge of the forest will keep you alive at this time. You must address the very fundamental things of your life. Look at who or what provides them. and take steps to cultivate those relationships. Water, food, shelter, healing. You will become the huntress for a time. And this is empowering, liberating thing. Once this is done, you shall be protected and cared for by the perfect protector and provider who is inspired and delighted by your independence and strength. Yes, so you have the ability to take care of yourself. You don't need anybody else. But it is also co-creating. If you have constantly relied on people, then definitely go on your own for some time. But if you're the opposite, do the opposite. It's like kind of do the opposite to create the balance. So if you're used to doing one thing one way, try it another way. So that way you have a balance. Okay. Moving on to imagination. And, you know, what was the song for Tableau, Stay High? So, by its very nature, the physical body is limited by the 3 dimensions, but your mind is free to travel without the boundaries and merge with the cosmic consciousness. Your mind is the great creator, and your imagination is its toolbox. Everything in life begins with the energy of imagination. Thoughts are real, and they can manifest themselves in the physical world. Train your mind to only have positive thoughts, and you will attract positivity in your life. If you can see it, you can be it. Visualize the components you want in your life, and imbue those thoughts with love, and they will become your reality. Conversely, if your mind strays to negative thoughts, you will only bring that energy to you. Be positive and loving. Imagination is creativity. Express yourself and let your imagination assist you in letting go of any creative blocks, and allow your dreams to come true. Remember, you are not doing this for other people. It is your soul opening up and singing its own unique song. Yes, create. You are the creator of your reality, and it takes, in order to manifest your reality, you have to have a great imagination and believe that these things can happen. There's no need to worry. Everything is working out beautifully. So, Irene. And you know what? There's an Artemis in here too, so I think I want to just look at this. Artemis helps us concentrate and focus as well. She offers protection to all who call upon her. Interesting. Okay. Irene. So, even though appearances may seem chaotic, I assure you that a higher plan is in action. This all-loving power is carrying and supporting you completely. Relax into the arms of divine love and breathe away all cares, concerns, and worries. Put your focus into enjoying and appreciating each blessing. Your gratitude helps you attract even more blessings into your life. So, it's really asking you to find peace within, you know. Meditate, do peace-enhancing activities such as yoga, sea salt baths, massage, naps. And she helps you replace worry with faith. She reminds you to retain your childlike awe and enthusiasm for life. Okay, now, moving on to Ben. And Ben is you know, it's the cane. It's the Kundalini energy moving up. So it's the space traveler. It's Skywalker, like Luke Skywalker. It's using the Force, using your imagination to create your reality, believing it can be done. Manifesting this. If you already have this, making this better. But I have a feeling somebody's manifesting this. This person's coming into your life. So the shadow wisdom is the desire for isolation. So withdrawing, the hermit. A lot of you are being hermits right now. Withdrawing. Wanting to be away from certain people. And the shadow transformation is explore your growth edges by facing the challenges. Draw the light of courage and compassion into yourself and radiate it to others. Look at life as a sacred journey. And it's asking you to, it's like balance. It's asking you to keep things balanced. And let's see what else. like I said, it's to me that's the 1111 card. And letting go of limited belief systems and patterns, and knowing that you are the Skywalker, you are the time traveler, you are the soul on this soul journey. You have the abilities to create and manifest your life. And it takes getting out of that, it takes two, right? To create the Trinity, to create that beacon of light. So you need to come together with somebody else to create something. It's like you've been trying to do it all on your own. And a lot of it has to do with ego. Like, I just want to do it by myself, But you got to leave that alone. Because now this new earth is all about co-creation. The hermit does not do well in the new earth. So we have to let that go, that aspect. And it represents balance, It's the pillars of heaven. It's walking through those pearly gates to this new earth. This is the gateway. This is the altar. So, yeah, I'm seeing marriage. I don't know. The altar. If you haven't met this person, you're going to meet this person. If you don't have this perfect person in your life right now, you're meeting them. And when I do the soul journey readings, I don't ever pick up love stuff. So I'm seeing it here. Interesting. All right, free falling, Tom Petty. Anytime I see the free falling, I always think of Tom Petty. So here we go. That is, sorry, I gotta pull out the card. Here it is. 50. So 5 is freedom. 5 again. So freedom, freedom. 0, God. God's asking you to walk through these gates and have faith that everything's going to be okay and taken care of. You've been working too hard. They recognize how hard you've been working to change and to evolve and to grow, and they've recognized that, and they're ready to open these gates for you. Because there's somebody waiting on the other side of that gate for you. All you got to do is walk through it. Communicate. Communication will set you free. The 3, 6, and 9s are the communicators, the creators. That is your purpose here in life, is to create, to communicate. The 3 is to communicate, create. The 6 is to nurture and balance. This was balance, talking about balance. The 9 is the humanitarian. You guys are here to change the world. You guys are here to use your imagination to create this new earth. So get out there and create. And then it all leads to 20, so 2. And that's about not caring what other people think about you and what you communicate. Let all that go. It doesn't matter. Communicate your love for God. Communicate your love for your fellow man. Communicate your love for yourself, your children, your family. Communicate it. Don't be afraid to communicate. Okay. So 50, it doesn't get much better than this. Deep radical trust that appearances mean nothing. Wait, it doesn't get much better than this. Deep radical trust that appearances mean nothing, and that you and only you are the captain of your ship. What you say goes. You are the unrestrained motion, and unseen force are awaiting your command. Use the force. Oh my God, this is totally like Star Wars. Star Wars is coming through here. You are Luke Skywalker. You have the ability, the force to move things and create things and move mountains. And you're going to find that partner that's going to help you do that. A marriage between two. So I'm seeing marriage, right? This new earth energy is the marriage, the balance of the yin and yang, the sun and the moon, the marriage of them, merging together. So the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together and merging to create. This is what's happening. Free falling, Tom Petty. Stop being petty. Stop letting petty little arguments interfere with you. Like holding little petty grudges that don't mean anything. Let that S go. It is not going to set you free. Holding on to little mini grudges is not going to set you free. You need to communicate your truth, but not be an a-hole. because a lot of the 369s, they communicate because they communicate, right? They want to talk. But sometimes what they say comes out not with a lot of tact. So be open to everybody. Be open to other people's ideas. Communicating is two people. It requires two people. So the two people. It requires two people coming together. Communicating with animals. Communicating with spirit, imagination. Communication, it requires two. So you and the universe. You and somebody else. Listen. You have to listen as well. Listen here. Listen and hear. And don't be closed-minded. Don't judge another's journey. Don't do any of that stuff that's going to limit your growth and your potential. Because I see a world full of peace. Just imagine peace. Imagine peace. It's like the John Lennon song is playing right now. Stay high, to me, can mean two things. Addiction, we're staying high, we're medicated, we're smoking, we're taking pills, we're doing whatever, staying high. But it could also mean staying high vibration. So it means both, like staying high, but also staying high vibration. So we want to not let addictions lower our vibration. We want to stay high in a vibratory level so we can connect with this, to bring this through this gate and create this beautiful reality. And this owl is here, and it represents that wisdom that we all have. Now it's time to stop working too hard and just be for a minute. Just be. Don't be anything, but just be. When we're in the state of meditation, we are nothing and we are everything. So meditate. Take some time. Communicate with your higher self. Taylor Swift. I don't know why Taylor Swift's coming through, and cogs of time. This is like the cogs of the inner workings of a clock. And dolphins. Intuition. So lots of intuition here. Okay. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed these readings, and I will be back sometime soon to do another one for you. Namaste.